people are being paid off not to get involved, not to clean it up, and obviously some of that money is finding its way into City Hall and into the police department, because if they really wanted to do something about it, they could.
I'd give it a chance. I'd like to work with those people in it, but I can't work with him. I can't work with anybody who publicly states that I'm a thief and a burglar. I just can't do that.
He never had a complaint with me. It was just the idea of this guy's attitude when he came into Buffalo. He surprised me. You know, he came in and he's a fast talker. You know, he's a guy, you know, with the dirty white T-shirt on that I didn't know where he came from.
Ready or not, the Guardian Angels are coming to Buffalo in hopes of providing a visible deterrent to street crime. Founded in 1979 by Curtis Sliwa to stem violence in the subways of New York City, the unarmed volunteers now number 5,000 members in 43 states and 3 Canadian cities. When Curtis Sliwa arrived to recruit Buffalo's Guardian Angels, he reverted to a familiar scenario used in other city recruitment drives. Accused the city's lawmakers and police of being corrupt and on the take, and it would get the attention of the media.
In fact, you can get more for selling dope, hard narcotics, than you can for shooting somebody and killing them in cold-blooded murder. And for the sale of unregistered handguns, illegal handguns. In this state, you're supposed to get a year, no questions asked. Yet you see it being dealt right out there in the streets. Now, the police are the paid professionals. That's their job. I can understand if it was being done behind closed doors, but it's being done out in the public sight. If it's being done, that means people are being paid off not to get involved, not to clean it up, and obviously some of that money is finding its way into City Hall and into the police department, because if they really wanted to do something about it, they could.
Well, I have no reaction to the Guardian Angels other than a positive reaction to the fact that we might have a lot of young people helping us out. I had hoped that these young people would be coming around with a different type of leadership. I object to the man who is forming this. I don't know what his motives are. I don't know what his background is. I don't know what he is gaining out of this, obviously. He just doesn't love everybody in the world. You know,
Sliwa, the way he came into town was a little a surprise to me, because we met here at the office with Commissioner Cunningham, and I'm for anybody coming in helping our city. But he came in with a chip on his shoulder as big as a 2x4, and you know, his attitude was very negative about our city. You know, he said the policemen were on the take, the politicians were crooked. He doesn't even know our city. And look, I want them in town. You know, we have some tough neighborhoods. We have some parks to be patrolled. You know, we're going to have the rapid transit system coming into our city, and they could be helpful. But I want someone to come in that's going to work with us rather than against us.
Sam Herbert, as president of the Block Club Association in the Fillmore Broadway area, knows how to work with the administration. It was Herbert who asked Sliwa to bring his patrol of Buffalo, but not his blistering rhetoric.
Let me be quite frank with you. What Sliwa said, there's nothing mystical about that. The way that he did it, I prefer to use a little more diplomacy. I suggested to him before they came up here that they include me in the initial meeting with Mayor Griffin and Police Commissioner Cunningham. However, that didn't happen. Let me make this clear. At no time did Mayor Griffin ever say that he was against the Guardian Angels. Never. Spilt milk has happened. So I'm hoping now that I can intervene as an ambassador for the Guardian Angels to sit down with the mayor and the Police Commissioner Cunningham and to redevelop a personality that all of Buffalo can be favorable to.
Members of the Toronto chapter will help train the Buffalo Guardian Angels. John Paquette, a Native American who prefers to be called Little Bear, is proud of his role.
We've not only been trying to be a deterrent to crime, we've done community work. We're being a positive role model to little kids. They see us on the street corner. You don't have to be a Reggie Jackson to be a Guardian Angel. They grow up, they see it, hey, people like the Guardian Angels. They'd like to be a Guardian Angel. We recently did a 45-mile walkathon from Toronto to Hamilton to help raise money for a crippled man. He's paralyzed from the neck down. We helped raise $5,000. That was very successful.
We asked some of the Buffalo youngsters why they wanted to become Guardian Angels in the city of good neighbors.
Because I'm tired as hell and I refuse to take this crime anymore. Let me give you an example. Last week I was on Court Street. A lady had her purse snatched. Out of 9 people waiting on a bus, I was the only one to attempt to follow the guy.
I think I can help them if they're getting, mugged or something, and if they're afraid, because, a lot of old people are afraid to come out because of the crime.
I don't know where they get their money. That's another problem that a lot of people ask me. How are they funded? And I don't know. When his wife can fly to Manchester, England, and they fly all over the country, I wonder where they get their money.
A check with the state's Attorney General's office and the Secretary of State Office of Charities found the Alliance of Guardian Angels in order. Its officers received no salaries. There are expenses and legal fees. As of June 30th, 1982, the nonprofit organization took in $74,000, spent $128,000, and showed a deficit of $53,000.
We don't need money from the politicians or the corporations, but from time to time, we have to appeal to the general public. And I think if it's the will of the people, and there are young men and women, and middle-aged and elderly people willing to get involved, as you see here today, you, nor I, nor Griffin, nor Cunningham, nor anyone else has the right to tell these citizens they can't do it when it's lawful. It operates within constitutional restraint of what citizens can do in the streets. And above all, it has a track record that has worked in 43 other American cities and 3 cities in Canada.
Well, I'm not going to hassle with these people who I believe are volunteering in good faith. I'm all for helping them, but I'm not going to do anything for Mr. Sliwa.
Either way, they're going to come in, but one way we're going to do it, we're going to make sure that they're going to toe the mark. Now, if they're out there in the community, you know that they are going to be watched and that they are going to do a good job. And they have to realize that. And I want people to come in to help us. And if they want to help us, we'll greet them with open arms.
Have you ever been arrested? If you have, and I mean fingerprinted and booked, not talking about traffic violations or getting a summons for spitting or for crossing on a red light. I want to know when,